Good evening. I've got a question for you. Are you afraid of the dark? Not like clowns in the sewer drains, I mean. Are you afraid of what happens when you close your eyes? Tonight, we're talking about something truly terrifying. We're diving into the dark side of dreamland. Nightmares, night terrors, the things that go bump in the night even when your house is totally safe and sound. These aren't just spooky stories. They can have real impacts on your mental and physical health. From disrupting your sleep to causing anxiety and stress, nightmares and night terrors are serious issues. In this video, we'll explore the causes, effects, and ways to cope with these nocturnal disturbances. So, if you or someone you know struggles with these nighttime horrors, stay tuned. All right, let's get into it. Let's break down the difference between nightmares and night terrors. They sound similar, but they are so different. Nightmares are vivid dreams that occur during REM sleep. You wake up freaked out, heart racing, and remember the dream vividly. Night terrors, on the other hand, are on a whole other level. They involve intense screaming, thrashing, and sweating, like full-on panic mode. People usually don't remember night terrors. They're like mini nighttime blackouts. Nightmares often happen in the early morning hours, and you can usually recall the details. Night terrors typically occur in the first few hours of sleep, during deep, non-REM sleep. Unlike nightmares, night terrors are more common in children and can be linked to sleep disorders. Keeping a sleep journal can help differentiate between the two and identify any triggers. If you or someone you know experiences frequent night terrors, it's important to consult a healthcare professional. Now let's dive deeper into what actually causes these nighttime freakouts. Nightmares can be triggered by a lot of things. One of the biggest culprits is stress. When you're working on a big project, about to go on a date, or worried about everything. Yeah, that's prime nightmare fuel. Trauma is another big one. Our brains sometimes try to process traumatic events through dreams, which can turn into nightmares. It's like your brain is trying to send you a message, but it's using really messed up emojis. Certain medications can also play a role. Drugs that affect the brain's neurotransmitters, like antidepressants or blood pressure medications, can lead to vivid dreams or nightmares. Substance use, including alcohol and recreational drugs, can disrupt sleep patterns and lead to nightmares. Sleep disorders like sleep apnea can also be a trigger. When your breathing is interrupted during sleep, it can cause your brain to react with frightening dreams. Even eating right before bed can be a factor. Late-night snacks can increase metabolism and brain activity, leading to more intense dreams. Fever and illness can also contribute. When your body is fighting off an infection, it can affect your sleep and dream patterns. So whether it's stress, trauma, medication, or even what you ate for dinner, there are many factors that can turn your dreams into nightmares. Okay, so we've talked about what nightmares are and what causes them, but what about the aftermath? You wake up from a nightmare, heart pounding, and you're like, nope, not going back to sleep now. Nightmares mess with your sleep quality. When you're not sleeping well, everything suffers. You crave sugar and caffeine. Trust me, I've been there. But it's not just about feeling tired. Nightmares can leave you feeling anxious and on edge. They can make it hard to focus and interact with others. Emotionally, you might feel more sensitive or even depressed. It's important to find ways to cope, like practicing mindfulness or talking to someone about it. Remember, you're not alone, and there are ways to manage the aftermath of nightmares. Did you know that kids have way more nightmares than adults? Their little brains are still figuring out the world through these vivid dreams. Nightmares can be distressing for both children and parents. Parents often find themselves waking up in the middle of the night to comfort their scared little ones. Nightmares are a normal part of childhood development. It's their brain's way of sorting through emotions and experiences. Experts suggest that talking about these dreams can help children process their fears. Encouraging them to draw or describe their nightmares can be therapeutic. Creating a comforting bedtime routine can also reduce the frequency of nightmares. A nightlight or a favorite stuffed animal can provide additional comfort. Let's talk about the emotional impact of nightmares because it's real, you guys. Nightmares can really mess with your head. Imagine waking up feeling terrified, your heart racing, your mind replaying disturbing images. Sometimes those images can stay with you for a good portion of the day as you try to convince yourself it wasn't real. It sucks. Nightmares can lead to anxiety and stress, making it hard to focus on daily tasks. They can even contribute to long-term mental health issues like depression and chronic anxiety. Lack of sleep from frequent nightmares can leave you feeling exhausted and irritable. It's important to find ways to manage and reduce nightmares to protect your mental health. Let's dive deeper into how different cultures view nightmares. Because it's not all science and psychology, there's a whole other side to nightmares that's rooted in folklore, mythology, and superstition. In some cultures, nightmares are seen as messages from the spirit world, warnings from ancestors, or even glimpses into the future. For instance, in some Native American cultures, they believe that nightmares are a way for spirits to communicate with the living. Dream catchers are used to filter out bad dreams and allow only good ones to pass through. In European folklore, nightmares were often attributed to demons or witches sitting on the chest of the sleeper, causing distress and fear. This is where the term nightmare originally comes from. In Japan, there's a belief in the Baku, a supernatural creature that devours nightmares. People would call upon the Baku to eat their bad dreams and bring them peace. Ancient Egyptians saw nightmares as messages from the gods. They had dream interpreters who would decode these messages to guide the dreamer's actions. In some African cultures, nightmares are thought to be caused by malevolent spirits or witchcraft. Rituals and protective charms are used to ward off these evil influences. And then you have cultures that believe nightmares are caused by evil spirits or demons that prey on people while they sleep. Let's talk about PTSD. It often leads to frequent and intense nightmares. Nightmares are one of the most common symptoms, and they can be incredibly debilitating. For people with PTSD, nightmares are more than just bad dreams. They are vivid and realistic, often reliving the traumatic event. These intense nightmares make it hard to get a good night's sleep. This leads to fatigue, irritability, and depression. Over time, the lack of restful sleep can impair cognitive function, making it difficult to concentrate and remember things. The constant state of exhaustion can also heighten anxiety and stress levels, creating a vicious cycle that is hard to break. Addressing these nightmares through therapy and coping strategies is crucial for breaking this cycle. Remember when we talked about stress being a major trigger for nightmares? Stress and anxiety are the ultimate nightmare fuel. When you're stressed, your mind races, you worry, and you're not getting enough sleep. Everyday stressors like work deadlines or personal issues can keep your mind active even when you try to sleep. Anxiety also manifests in nightmares, making you relive your fears and worries. Techniques like meditation and deep breathing can help manage stress and reduce nightmares. It's like your brain is a pressure cooker ready to explode if not managed properly. Seeking professional help or engaging in relaxing activities can also alleviate anxiety and improve sleep quality. By addressing stress and anxiety, you can create a more peaceful mind and reduce the occurrence of nightmares. All right, so we've talked about the dark side of nightmares, but what can we do to fight back? If you're having frequent nightmares, talk to your doctor or a therapist. They can help identify underlying issues and recommend treatments. Image rehearsal therapy involves rewriting the ending of your nightmare. This technique can help reduce the frequency and intensity of nightmares. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. This helps regulate your body's internal clock. Avoid caffeine and heavy meals before bedtime. Opt for a light snack if you're hungry. Practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation to calm your mind before sleep. These can help create a peaceful transition to sleep. Engage in calming activities before bed, such as reading a book, listening to soothing music, or taking a warm bath. Create a sleep-friendly environment by keeping your room cool, dark, and quiet. Consider using a white noise machine if you're sensitive to noise. Journaling or talking about your dreams with a friend can also help process emotions and reduce the impact of nightmares. If you're struggling with frequent or intense nightmares, you're not alone. Help is available. If nightmares interfere with your sleep or daily life, reach out to a mental health professional. They can help you understand the root cause and develop a treatment plan. Effective treatments include therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out for help. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is often recommended for managing nightmares. It helps in changing the thought patterns that contribute to distressing dreams. Relaxation techniques such as meditation and yoga can also be beneficial in reducing stress and improving sleep quality. Keeping a dream journal can help you track patterns and triggers, providing valuable insights for your therapist. Establishing a regular sleep schedule and reducing screen time before bed can also improve your sleep hygiene. Consider joining a support group where you can share experiences and coping strategies with others facing similar challenges. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength. You don't have to face nightmares alone. That was a lot to take in, right? Nightmares and night terrors are seriously no joke. If you're dealing with them, just know you're not alone. Many people experience these distressing episodes. There are ways to manage and reduce the impact of nightmares and night terrors. Seeking help from a professional can make a big difference. If you found this video helpful, or if you just want to share your own nightmare stories, because honestly, I live for that stuff, hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. We try to add informative content every day. Remember, it's important to take your mental health seriously. If nightmares or night terrors are affecting your life, don't hesitate to reach out for support. There are resources and people ready to help you. Until next time, stay spooky and sweet dreams.